Nina Lynn was seen stirring up chaos after a Knicks game before it turned into a full-blown riot. She was quickly arrested.
Since the New York Knicks finally won a championship, idiots everywhere thought they could do whatever they wanted, including attacking the vehicles of their fellow citizens and likely Knicks fans. So several live streamers took to the streets to document these EBT activities. But the night quickly turned into riots, as even cop cars weren't protected, but some saw it as an opportunity to do whatever they wanted, eventually getting arrested. As side talks, truck girl somehow got confused. You're not allowed to ride on top of delivery trucks. And after her camera guy ditched her,
yo bro, Nina got arrested.
Compared to what happened the rest of the night, to what happened later in the night, I really don't think that she's gonna face any charges for this. Nothing actually serious. I don't know how she's not getting banned though, that's a weird one. If you commit crimes repeatedly on live streaming platforms, you should probably just be banned forever. Because if you just let this stuff go on and you let it be popular, then more and more people are just gonna do it.
She was incredibly angry over this.
At 4 a.m. in the morning, I celebrate the Knicks in the cell. Yo, I'm dead tight. And my cameraman ran off. Well, my cameraman dead ass ran off.
Yeah, no shit your cameraman ran off. Because no real good people are gonna be willing to work with somebody like this.
Cameraman, you ready? Go upstairs. Oh God. Hold on, stay right here. Hold on, move up. Hold on, ready. 1, 2, 3.
Now, hold on. Now, this is an Amazon van. So this is not her vehicle. This is very important to the legal analysis here. She's jumping up on something that's not hers, okay? So let's start there.
Oh my God. Wait, no. Why would you put my phone out here like that? You bugging.
Yo, be careful of that shit.
I got you. Nah! Hold my phone. Hey!
So naturally, when you get a content creator who's out there, they got their camera, they're recording, they got the team, what's going to happen? There's going to be a crowd forming around them. People are going to gather. It's going to gather attention. It's also going to gather the attention of law enforcement. That's very, very natural. When they see this crowd forming around a content creator, that's going to happen. Now, mind you, that night there were a lot of crowds, a lot of people celebrating. You know, Nina, she's out there celebrating. I think that's really no different than a lot of people that were celebrating that night and may have been doing crazy things. You're seeing footage and video of people up on light poles, people climbing around on things. That's something that happens after a big sports win. That part is really nothing normal. That's nothing out of the normal.
I agree. I don't really mind any of this chaos going on right here. It seems like everybody's just having fun. Nothing's getting broken. There's a few agitators like Nina Lynn. But overall, I'm cool with all this. I'd like to be involved. This looks fun. Just don't destroy shit and light shit on fire. Just don't be a violent retard.
And now you see on the left here, and here's where she's starting to get in trouble. And this is where the legal stuff happens. You see the cop down here who's telling her now to get down, get off, stop it. So here's where we may have potential for obstructing government administration, aka resisting arrest. We might have a potential here. Did she listen right away? Did she comply right away? It looks like she did, but we'll see how this plays out overall.
Hold on, we gotta go to jail. Hold on.
Now, I will say the cop was pretty, a little bit aggressive there, taking her. It seemed like she was coming down. I mean, she was going, towards the cops. She wasn't trying to flee from cops. He kind of spun her around right there and and moved her off. To me, okay, maybe this cop had heard of Nina before. Maybe this cop had been looking for a reason to arrest Nina.
I bet that guy was just frustrated with the higher-ups, because I guarantee you they wanted to put a stop to this right at the beginning. and whoever's giving them orders just has to stay back at the office and doesn't actually have to deal with any of this.
Nina's track record is out there, and some law enforcement might say, hey, this is a golden opportunity to lock her up. They also might just be in a bad mood that night because there's a lot of stuff going on, and they don't want to see anything develop into a riot or anything that might cause property damage. So who knows, but it does seem like they're a little bit forceful there. So there you have it. Nina was eventually carted off, and she was taken down to the jail. She did get out later.
Yeah, nothing's gonna happen to her. I don't think anything really should happen to her in this situation other than getting banned.
This is the easiest one, disorderly conduct. This is a layup. This is a super broad category that can really cover almost any behavior that causes a public disturbance. So oftentimes, if law enforcement, police, they really want to ding you, they're going to go with disorderly conduct. We saw that in the Bricks and Minifigs case with Reckless Ben. They dinged him for that. You've got criminal mischief. So if there's any damage to that Amazon van, I talked about it. It's not her van, right? So any damage to that van could be criminal mischief. Trespass, unlawful use of property. So entering the van, going on the van without permission. It didn't look like she had permission to go on that van. I'm not even sure the driver could give her permission, even if he wanted to do that. That may be beyond the scope of his authority to do.
And how is she that stupid to not know that this was a thing that she shouldn't be doing?
You've also got potential resisting arrest. We pointed out the cop. If the cop told her to get down and she didn't get down immediately, then they could interpret it that way. Although to me, reviewing that footage, it looks from an external standpoint like she did actually comply. So I think that one's a little bit weaker. Even weaker would be reckless endangerment. So these are, as we're kind of going down this list, these are weaker charges, very unlikely. So reckless endangerment would be if Nina's actions cause risk to others. So if somebody got up on that, van and started doing something reckless, or, she was helping people shoot off fireworks or do something dangerous that could cause some harm to others, that might be reckless endangerment, but it doesn't seem like it went that far. The other one is citing to riot. That's the very last one. I mean, saying Knicks in 5 on a sports game day, I don't think that's going to be inciting to riot. That's just the normal fervor after your team wins. That's very normal, right? You're going to see a lot of that all around the world. We got World Cup going on. I got people all around the world here going crazy for that. That's a sports thing. And for a brief stunt like that during a sport day, I don't think they're going to get it for inciting to riot. So let's get to my judgment. So in judgment, I think some law enforcement are very likely to arrest Nina Lynn. I think Nina Lynn has been one that has gotten away with a lot of stuff, in the past, and perhaps some law enforcement wanted to ding her on that and get her booked on something. But all of these are Class A and Class B misdemeanors, so they're not felonies. She's not going away for life, right? What she's going to get here is a fine, maybe some community service, at max some very short jail time.
So moving on to what happened the rest of the night, it turned into a full-blown riot.
People will come out and celebrate things they know nothing about.
Who's your favorite player on the Knicks?
Jalen Brunson, let's be honest.
Your next favorite player?
That's all I got for you.
I said that before. Can you name 3 Knicks players?
So here's the thing. I'm a bandwagon, born and raised.
Born and raised
I'm
bandwagon.
from Florida. I'm a Miami Heat fan.
And on the other, complete anarchy, stopping all commerce over a sports game, as eventually they completely destroyed their own public transportation, with the police doing nothing about it, so their school buses suffered a worse fate, making them into a sort of makeshift parade. Until they decided to randomly destroy these public school buses working for the World Cup. As the weakest individuals ever couldn't even street fighter this bus with a scooter. I honestly don't understand what attacking a school bus with a scooter has to do with the Knicks winning a championship.
What I don't understand is, why were the school buses even there? Like, isn't it summer right now? It's almost like they were put there on purpose. But who knows, man? People use school buses for all kinds of things, not just school. But it's still very odd. You think they'd know that there's possibly going to be some kind of riot or something, because it happens often.
They started to tear the hood off the bus to cheering. Maybe this is just their revenge against a public school system for creating a society where everybody has a 10-minute mentality, as in they can't even imagine anything that isn't within 10 minutes. As the police essentially did nothing to save the buses. The EBT tribes walked off with the hood of a bus, but for some reason, setting them on fire. But the violence didn't stop with the buses, as they again stomped on Spurs fans. As sadly we can't even show it, but then a kid got blasted, to which it was incredibly difficult for the NYPD to respond to, let alone any emergency services to assist the injured kid. As insanely, I think this recovered weapon is from a separate, second incident, but leave it to the mainstream media to say it just got a little over the top.
I think this starts to get a little over the top and totally unnecessary, but again, the NYPD is allowing this for now.
I like how he said, allowing this for now? Like he knew it was weird that they were just letting it happen. Almost like it was done on purpose. But what do I know, man?